Welcome to the challenges and opportunities, joys and satisfaction that will be yours as a PAC committee member, guiding and influencing the lives of boys. You have joined the ranks of over 500,000 adult volunteer leaders in over 50,000 PACs around the country. Every PAC is under the supervision of a PAC committee, consisting of a minimum of 3 qualified U.S. citizens, 21 years of age or older, selected by the chartered organization and registered as adult leaders of the Boy Scouts of America. Obviously, with a committee of 3, members must assume responsibility for more areas of service than with a committee of 7 or more. Experience proves that a larger committee generally ensures a stronger, more stable PAC. Regardless of the size of the committee, the following responsibilities should be carried out.
That was down at Channel 7. They're going to send their crew down there to film the Derby coming up.
You know,
very good.
we do have several adult memberships that we do have to consider, and we do have to select a sustaining membership enrollment chairperson. And what I thought
The PAC committee approves leaders' membership in the PAC.
this job, and we could just all put the information together.
Our new Cub Master's doing a great job. I mean, we've been getting all kinds of compliments and praises from den leaders and parents, and I think it's time that, we let this filter down to them. Is there anything in particular that we could do for them?
Well, there is a transportation problem with the Weeblos Den overnight. I'm going to give the new Cub Master a deal on wheels.
That's good.
Good. I want to check.
The PAC committee is responsible for the year-round quality of the program and coordinates the PAC program with the program of the chartered organization.
Well, if we could arrange that transportation by the 26th, that'd be terrific. Make sure that we've got that done.
The charter renewal application is a simple document, but the charter renewal process is vital. A time for review, planning for the future, and growth.
Here's the PAC finances and equipment report on one little sheet of paper.
Well,
The PAC committee supervises PAC finances and equipment.
I did the equipment inventory, which was simple, and Paul did the financial statement, so that was a complicated matter made simple.
Gerald and I have been talking about inviting all the Tiger Cubs over for a special get-together sometime next month. We've got a lot of Tiger Cubs that are just about ready for graduation into Cub Scouting. It's going to be a good year.
The PAC committee supervises and supports the Tiger Cub groups, including graduation of Tiger Cubs into Cub Scouts between May and August.
We'd be the finest pack in the city.
Yeah.
I agree.
Super.
The responsibilities of the PAC committee are divided and assigned by the PAC committee chairman, who chairs the monthly PAC leaders meeting.
as committee chairman, the first thing I needed to understand was how the PAC was structured. This is important for all volunteers associated with the PAC.
Every Cub Scout PAC belongs to an organization, a church, synagogue, school, or service club, for example, with goals similar to those of the Boy Scouts of America. The chartered organization provides a meeting place, adult leadership, and supervision to the boys under its care in the Cub Scout PAC. A scouting coordinator is a member of the chartered organization and acts as liaison between the PAC and the organization. The PAC committee is a group of adults who provide administrative support, such as record keeping, leadership, and re-registration services to the Cub Scout PAC. The Cub Scout PAC is a group made up of several, usually 4 to 6 dens, including a Webelos den. The PAC normally meets once a month under the leadership of the Cub Master, and that meeting is the climax of the den's activities for the month. The PAC meeting gets all the boys and their families involved in scouting. Cub Scout dens, composed of 6 to 8 boys, usually meet weekly under the supervision of adult den leaders and boy den chiefs. The Webelos dens have a different program of activities and are led by an adult male Webelos den leader and a Webelos den chief. Webelos introduces boys to the Boy Scout program through activities held with the local Boy Scout troop. Tiger Cubs is a program for boys 1 year younger than Cub Scouts. This program is designed for youth-adult pairs and is built around a program of big ideas. The den leader coach works with den leaders and the Cub Master. The coach keeps the Cub Master informed on the health of the Cub Scout dens and works directly with den leaders, providing initial training and helping to plan the den program activities. Every pack should have at least one assistant Cub Master to take over from the Cub Master when necessary. The assistant Cub Master can also be helpful in many of the pack activities, in training den chiefs or acting as a liaison between the pack and the local Boy Scout troop.
As chairman of the PAC committee, I support the policies of the Boy Scouts of America. I maintain a close relationship with the scouting coordinator, keeping this key person informed of the needs of the PAC, which must be brought to the attention of the district and council. The chairman of the PAC committee gives leadership to the PAC committee and presides over the monthly PAC leaders meeting. As chairman, I appoint committee members to carry out specific responsibilities. This month, for example, I'll appoint an SME chairman. One major responsibility is conducting the PAC Program Planning Conference. The scouting coordinator and I work together to provide an adequate and safe meeting place for the PAC. I really should have said this first, but I have a lot of fun in this position. I have the satisfaction of seeing a large group of young boys grow in their abilities and develop responsible attitudes.
I was asked to be PAC committee secretary. My job is principally to keep the PAC record book up to date, so at the end of the charter year it becomes part of the permanent PAC record. I notify the PAC leaders of monthly PAC leader meetings and other activities. Generally, I will keep the minutes at these meetings. Also, I keep the PAC advancement record. This is very important as it provides a record of the progress of each Cub or Webelow Scout in the PAC. I work with the den leaders to help them with records and forms for their meetings. Then there are the letters of appreciation and other correspondence to be written on the PAC's behalf. And the PAC committee secretary has a good time. Did I say that?
I'm the PAC committee treasurer. My job is to assist the PAC committee and the Cub Master in establishing a sound financial program for the PAC with a PAC budget plan. I maintain a bank account in the PAC's name and see to it that two people sign all checks written for PAC expenses. Generally, though, my responsibilities are probably just about what you think they'd be. I'm responsible for collecting the Cub or Webelow Scout dues from the den leaders at the monthly PAC leaders meeting. And of course, I deposit those funds into the PAC account and make sure that the accounts are in balance. I then enter all income and expenditures in the finance section of the PAC record book. Now, I make periodic reports on the PAC's financial condition at the monthly PAC leaders meeting and at PAC meetings. I also report to the chartered organization on the financial condition of the PAC. You know, it's funny, but as much as I hate keeping my own checkbook balanced, I find it's different when working with the PAC's account. Actually, I really think it's enjoyable, especially when I think of all the good the PAC does for the boys.
Advancement is particularly important in the Cub Scout program. It is my general responsibility to stimulate advancement and to make sure that recognition is given for that advancement. I arrange Tiger Cub graduation ceremonies and work with the Cub Master, Webelow's den leader, and the local Scout Master to graduate Cub Scouts to Webelow Scouts, as well as Webelow Scouts to Boy Scout. I promote the use of Cub and Webelow Scout den advancement charts in the den, and the use of those charts as a means of providing recognition. I also collect den advancement reports at the monthly PAC leaders meetings and promote Boys Life as an aid to advancement. I also promote proper uniforming in the dens and PAC. Since advancement is such an important part of the program, this job has special significance. I see firsthand the advancement progress of every Cub and Webelow Scout in the PAC, and I get to see them graduate into the Boy Scout program. This is a very rewarding position to hold.
As the PAC committee member in charge of training, it is my main job to make sure that training, basic training, round table, and most importantly, fast start materials, is available to all PAC leaders as they are ready for that training. I promote leaders' attendance at Cub Scout approved training courses when those courses are offered by the local district or council. I also try to keep up on the literature so I can be of help to the pack leaders when they are trying to locate information related to their volunteer positions. When I first started in this job, I thought I'd turn into a drill sergeant, but it's not like that at all. The tools and support for training are readily available, and I enjoy the fellowship which comes from the training experiences.
As the PAC Committee's public relations representative, it's my responsibility to promote service activities within the PAC and to the general community. I promote family participation in all PAC events like special dinners or demonstrations of the skills that the Cubs and the Weeblo Scouts learn. My other duties include working with the chartered partner to publicize the PAC's involvement with that institution. Scout Sunday is a good example. I work with the PAC leadership to promote new membership and to try to keep track of all the new people who move into the neighborhood. Our PAC uses a PAC newsletter to keep parents informed of the PAC's plans and to make sure that particularly single-parent families take full advantage of the Cub Scout program. These families find that Cub Scouting can add a valuable dimension to their relationship with Cub Scout-age boys. I also work with the PR guy at the church to make sure that PAC announcements are made in the church bulletins. And yes, I even get to work with the local media to publicize PAC events. All in all, I have to admit that I have really gotten involved in the PAC program and the community as a result of having this position.
I guess we all feel that our jobs are important. But to quote a buddy of mine, 3/4 of scouting is outing. So my job must involve about 3/4 of the scouting program. Okay, I realize that the program requires all of us in order to be successful, but certainly my position is the most fun of all of them. My general responsibilities focus on getting the Cub and Weeblo Scouts outdoors for all kinds of activities, such as Cub Scout Day Camp or Weeblo's overnights. I work with the Weeblo's den leader to help plan the overnights. Then when required, I make sure that we get the tour permits that are often needed. And I work with the PR rep to make sure that parents know about the outdoor experiences available to them and their families. I guess I really coordinate the PAC outdoor program, with the Cub Master and den leaders, of course. A really big responsibility I have in the outings department is to make sure that all the activities are safe for the boys and all others involved. Most important, I do the biggest part of this without thinking of it as, well, as work. Because what I get back isn't pay. It's a lot better than that. I get a great deal of satisfaction.
Membership. I'm sure you know what I do. My major responsibility is to work with the PAC leaders in making sure that we pay attention to our membership at all times. We all work together to keep a healthy and growing Cub Pack of young boys and their parents. Of course, I'm also responsible for maintaining membership records and reporting on membership periodically to the charter organization and the PAC committee. This job is very rewarding, as Cub Scouts become Weeblo Scouts, who then turn into Boy Scouts, while I'm in the back, making sure that we have enough boys to keep the pack active and strong. I meet a lot of nice people, and I'm also involved in something on a big scale. My son growing up.
You'll enjoy the Tiger Cub training conducted by the district or council. Then you are qualified to organize and provide orientation for the Tiger Cub groups affiliated with the PAC. I maintain monthly contact with each Tiger Cub group through the host team for that month's gathering. Part of my job working with the Tiger Cub groups involves coordinating Tiger Cub participation in the PAC Blue and Gold Dinner and the Tiger Cub graduation ceremony, and the follow-up to ensure graduation of all Tiger Cubs into Cub Scouting. This takes place in May and August. I also serve as a resource person for the Tiger Cub groups. Then, I report on the progress of the Tiger Cub groups to the PAC committee during the monthly PAC leaders meetings.
The PAC committee, 3, 7, 11 or more, they are the backbone of the PAC organization, dedicated to the future of scouting and so dedicated to Cub Scouts.
Hi, Tony. And we have Maria, who's the new den leader. Hi, Maria.
Hello,
Maria. Hi.
And we have Gerald, and he's the new cub master.
Hello, Gerald.
Hi, Gerald.
How are the plans for this month's PAC meeting?
We've got this month's meeting well in hand. Let's see, Den 1 is responsible for the flag ceremony. Den 3 has the opening presentation. Den 2 will do a special skills demonstration, and Weebelow's Den 1 will handle the closing ceremony.
When we finish up here, can I talk Alan and Gerald into a meeting for about 10 minutes to begin planning this year's Tiger Cub graduation ceremony?
Absolutely, and while I've got the floor, I'd like to point out that every boy in each den has subscribed to Boys Life. That makes us a 100% PAC, and we qualify as a quality unit.
Monica, do you have something to report on training?
The local council has announced a training course to begin next month. We've got a few leaders who would like to attend, but if you know of anyone else who would like to, let me know and I'll contact them this week.
It's been a while since we've had any strong television coverage. I think the day camp story was the last time we had any.
We've got a Weeblos overnight coming up soon. I remember Andrea from Channel 4 said they'd be interested in doing an outing story.
Well, if Jack can get something going to get some coverage of the overnight, that'd be a great time to do some neighborhood recruiting, too.
Well, folks, it's been a busy and profitable evening, and we've agreed on an SME.
The PAC committee serves the PAC, serves the boys. The time that is invested is rewarding. Welcome to the PAC committee. Welcome to Scouting. And thanks in advance for your efforts on behalf of the boys in your PAC.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Cub Scout Leader Book is your guide to the volunteer structure of Cub and Webelow Scouting. You will find the major responsibilities of all Cub Scout and Webelow's leaders, along with many, many helpful hints on how to make your den and PAC meetings successful, exciting to your scouts, and rewarding to you. A valuable resource for the future, the Cub Scout Leader Book is an ideal way to immediately grasp the total Cub Scout and Webelow's program. Without question, the program helps. Cub Scout and Webelow's is your most valued resource. Here you find the monthly themes to be followed throughout the year, with den and PAC activities, which bring those themes to life in your meetings. You'll get your program helps from the local Scout Council and in Scouting Magazine. Essential to planning a year's meetings, program helps is packed with specific activities for all parts of den and PAC meetings. The Cub Scout Leader How-To Book is 336 pages of delight, filled with skits, magic, and outdoor activities which will cause your den meetings and PAC meetings to sparkle with excitement. These activities are all selected specifically for Cub and Webelow Scout age boys and have proven themselves fascinating to boys for decades. This PAC record book makes keeping records, meeting records, planning records, financial records, and inventory records a real snap. Specifically designed to hold all essential record keeping for a full year in one small convenient booklet. You, along with all other adult volunteers in Scouting, will receive Scouting Magazine 6 times a year, packed with information from other leaders on how to improve Scouting activities. This publication also addresses topics of interest to today's youth. Scouting Magazine discusses, through the words of well-known authorities, problems affecting youth, and helps you understand what happens to boys as they grow through the Scouting years. For over 75 years, Boys Life has been the favorite magazine of Scout-age boys, packed with excitement from top-quality fiction to heroic acts of today's youth, including stories about sports figures and informational activities to improve camping skills. Boys Life magazine constantly explores and extends the interest areas of Scout-age youth. Boys Life, because of its content and the way it is written, is an important tool in stimulating interest in reading and in developing the study habits of today's youth.